It's been a month since President Trump deployed the National Guard on the streets of D.C.
This is Liberation Day in D.C.
to combat what he said was rampant crime.
And we're going to take our capital back.
The decision met with protests.
The fascist takeover must be stopped!
Pushback.
Do you guys think this is a good use of our tax dollars?
And clashes. So did it work? Crime reported to Metropolitan Police is down across the board, according to data collected by NBC News and NBC Washington. Violent crimes, including rape, assault with a deadly weapon, and sexual abuse, down 16% compared to the 30 days before the surge in law enforcement. Nonviolent crimes, like theft, down 18%. And homeless encampments, cleared. But context matters. Leading up to the surge, crime actually dropped every month this year. NBC Washington's Ted Oberg has been tracking the data since the beginning.
Here's what we found. These are the top 10 arrest types in D.C. over the last 30 days. None of these categories are violent felonies. In fact, 73% of them are misdemeanors, according to our analysis. And take a look at the top 3 charges: simple assault, driving without a license, and open container of alcohol. They wouldn't be considered the most serious crimes in any city in America, and yet they account for more than 1 out of every 4 arrests made in D.C. by local and federal authorities this month.
So hundreds of federal law enforcement officers and more than 2,000 members of the National Guard did have an effect. But at what cost? The Center for New American Security tells NBC News the National Guard deployment in Washington costs more than $1 million per day. The court system strained. Tourism, especially restaurants, taking a hit. D.C. residents finding the biggest cost, the impact on their daily lives.
We have never felt less safe. I have never, in my decades that I've lived here, walked down the street wondering who's going to jump out of an unmarked car.
In areas of D.C. with the highest levels of crime, some people say they do feel crime is going down.
The police presence is a little threatening. Like, I've been stopped by the police.
I want help from these soldiers, from these people that protect us. I want to have meetings here on the street rather than be snatched up off the street.
The community frustration palpable.
Free D.C. Free D.C.
Mayor Bowser, who spent years attacking President Trump, initially pushed back.
This action today is unsettling and unprecedented.
But because of D.C.'s unique relationship with the federal government, now conceding to his demands, establishing the Safe and Beautiful Operations Center, named after his executive order.
Shooting somebody, still illegal. Committing carjackings, still illegal. Stealing from stores, still illegal. That won't change on September 11th. It'll be illegal.
As President Trump sets his sights on other cities, this city now left to rebuild trust and combat crime.
And Gary's with us. You know, a couple of points here. First of all, I get phone calls from people across the country saying, do you feel, like it's more safe in D.C.? I didn't really feel it was unsafe, but there are portions of D.C. that clearly crime is a problem, right? But how is the presence, the federal agent presence, going to change over the coming months if they're going to be essentially in place till December? And then, oh, by the way, Memphis is next.
Yeah, so National Guard is here until at least the middle of December. They'll still be armed, walking around some of the places, metro stations, train stations around D.C. Federal agents...
Which has helped people feel more safe.
It absolutely has. Yep. Federal agents are also going to stick around, but they've got elsewhere to go. That's because of the fact that they are going to go into other cities. But what President Trump did in D.C., he can't do everywhere else. He can't do this in Boston. He can't do this in Chicago. He can do this in somewhere like Memphis because they have a Republican governor in Bill Lee who's cooperating with the president.
Okay, but your point is he can't do it in certain cities or states where, because he doesn't control the National Guard. The governor controls it, right? And the governor in Massachusetts is a Democrat and doesn't want to hand over control of their National Guard?
That's correct. And in D.C., Mayor Bowser had no choice because of the Home Rule Act and the relationship that D.C. has with the federal government. She was sort of out of power here, if you will. That's why the federal government was able to do what they did. He can't do that in Chicago. He can't do that elsewhere.
Yeah, okay. Well, watch closely. Gary, thank you. Good reporting, and kudos to our colleague over at NBC Washington.
That's right.
Good reporting there.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.